Somebody said I came for some gems. Listen, this is what I want to tell y'all, right? So I was doing one-on-ones yesterday, and regarding relationships, right? For one, when we be dealing with people, male and female, we be knowing that there be certain shit that a person be doing for us or with us, all with the intent to build a relationship. Now, y'all know anybody can change their mind about wanting to deal with somebody or be with somebody. But when y'all be knowing people be doing shit with the intent to build with you, and then you have a change of heart or a change of mind, like you don't want to, you ain't trying to be in a relationship with them or push forward for a relationship, y'all need to let them people know that. Because it switched from us on this journey of being in a relationship to, bitch, you just using a person. When y'all know people be helping y'all with things and pouring in on things with the intent or the understanding that we building something, right? You can change your mind. You ain't got to be with nobody you don't want to be with. But the minute you change your mind, if you're a genuine person, and everybody ain't genuine, so I understand that everybody is not going to do this, but I'm just telling y'all what the fuck you should do. When you have a change of heart, or if you have a change of heart, hell, y'all go through some shit, or you notice some shit about the person that makes you feel like, okay, I don't want to do this relationship journey with them. You should be noble enough to let them people motherfucking know. Because it's a thin line between that and y'all using the fuck out of a motherfucker for things that you know they pouring in based on building a relationship. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Because I'm finna say something else, but I want to make sure y'all get that first part. Just make sure y'all understand this is the right thing to do. But I'm being so for real with y'all, because it ain't nothing wrong with using one another. People gonna get used, people gonna use you. It's the intent behind using somebody. When you using a person and they believe that they're building with you, but you're just using them, shit ain't right. Now I will say this, right? Y'all know I'm big on paying the fuck attention, because a lot of y'all, you date down. You date way down, and you date people that are in a survival season, right? Meaning they still trying to get their basics together. When you do that, whatever the fuck you get from that, whether they say something or not, that's on you. I wouldn't give a fuck, right? You can spend it how you want to spend it. I ain't talking about that. I'm not talking about when you went out and picked a nigga or a bitch that is still struggling to do just the basic adult shit, and then when you got your ass used, so to speak, you feel like the person should have spoke up about certain things. A motherfucker in a survival season is doing just that, trying to survive. So all this rational thinking shit, you're not about to get that. You playing yourself if you go down that route thinking that. I'm talking about you got your basics together, I got my basics together. We dealing with one another, and there are certain things I'm doing in the relationship to elevate us, to elevate you, to pour into what we got going on, and you somewhere along the lines had a change of heart. Ain't nothing wrong with your change of heart. You don't have to want to be with a bitch don't have to want to be with you. That's fine that you don't want to do this anymore. But when y'all be in them situations where you knowing mentally and emotionally you've checked the fuck out, you've had a change of heart, you're not actually trying to build something with this person in regards to a relationship, y'all need to say that. Y'all need to say that, because the reality of it is a lot of people won't even leave after you say that shit. This is all the more reason for you to say that, so that your intentions, your slate with what you got going on is clean. But see, y'all be using people. Y'all be using people. And see, the thing about it is, if you don't want to be with a bitch, if you don't want to be with a nigga, right, let them know that. And whatever they choose to do with you or around you or for you, that's on them. They ain't on you. They can cry all they want after you say that. They can let a bitch know what the fuck is up. And then from there, whatever the fuck goes on after that, that's on them. Y'all got to stop with the sticking around with the ill intentions, because y'all be using people. And then you don't want people to say that you're using them. You don't want people to bring up what they poured in. You know when they poured it in with the intent that y'all was building some sort of relationship. You changed your mind about building a relationship with them, which it ain't nothing wrong with that. But goddamn it, you need to say that. I may or may not keep fucking you. I may or may not keep doing things for you. I may or may not keep pointing. That's the risk you take behind the choice that you made to not really wanting to fuck with me like that long term. Y'all understand that? Y'all be using people. Then you don't want to be called the user. You don't want a bitch to point it out. You don't want a motherfucker to bring up what you may or may not have said or did or taken. Y'all love to make them statements. Well, I ain't asked you to do it, bitch. You knew what I was doing it for. I ain't just walking around doing this stuff for strangers. Bitch, you don't see me just seeing random niggas on the streets and saying, hey, would you like me to assist you with your business with this? Or would you like for me to take care of this? Or do you need support on this? You know what the fuck going on? And if you change your mind, you ain't wrong on that. My feelings could be hurt. You ain't wrong on that. You're allowed to have a change of heart. You ain't wrong on that. You wrong when your whole intent behind why you in this turned to something else and you didn't let me know. This is some shit that has to do with how you was raised. This has to do with core beliefs. This has to do with understanding, like, I'm going to be grown and not use people in malicious ways. Like I said, half the time, a bitch don't stop everything they doing anyway. But for those of y'all that's used to using people, you would never know this because you ain't never stood on real shit. You ain't never stood on your real intentions. You ain't never been pure and organic by what the fuck you want out of life. A lot of y'all so used to just altering your character traits to put on a perception or this actor or actress role to keep up a facade or some sort of shit you getting out of a person. You're using them. And again, I'm not talking about those of y'all that you got low self-esteem or, you know, unhealthy attachment styles and you date down, right? And then you get upset because the person in the survival season and they using you. That's regular. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Your ass need to be used. Because what the fuck you think I'm doing if I'm in a survival season? Bitch, I'm trying to survive. I'm not logically thinking. The idea is you have a right to want what you want. You have a right to change your mind. You have a right to want something on Monday and 3 Mondays from now not want that same shit. The idea is the intentions behind why you're moving the way you're moving needs to be understood by the person that you're doing it with. That's all. It ain't even about some deep truth. It's just about being real about why the fuck I'm over here. Laying dick or not laying dick, fucking or not fucking, pouring in or not pouring in. It's just being real about the intentions behind what I'm doing. I'm just looking at y'all like y'all looking at me. Some of y'all, though, this don't apply to y'all. Some of y'all, you're just dating down. You just pick people because it's easier to control them. It's easier to impress them. It's easier to connect with them. You pick people that are still trying to figure life out as far as the basics. I ain't talking about no big, great, long, wealthy, successful journey. Just the basic shit. You pick those people because it's easier to control them. It's easier to impress them. It's easier to get in and connect with them. It's easier for you to enter into their life and they make you matter. And those of y'all that do that, right, it stems from a lot of internal shit. But whatever the fuck you get out of them people because they trying to survive, that's what the fuck you're going to get. A lot of y'all don't want to be honest about that. You date down because it's easier for you to control the person. You date down because they're impressed by you much easier. A lot of y'all, when you just not getting your shit together, then you go date down because the people that already had their shit together, that's not impressing that you just got up and start being an adult at 27, 35, 42, right? So y'all go find somebody that's highly impressed that you got your own house, your own car, and you work a job and saved you up a little bit of money. That's regular adult shit. But see, the regular adults that been doing that, right? They're not impressed that you're doing that. So, of course, you can't come in rooms and grab the attention off of that shit. And because that's all you got going on right now, you haven't really mastered anything else. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You date down in an effort to make yourself feel like you the table, or you some hot shit, or you some boss bitch, or some, rich ass nigga, when really you just doing the adult shit that a lot of us been doing for a long motherfucking time. And a lot of y'all got to be honest about that with yourself. %100. And this is what I'm saying. Some of y'all, you don't realize, like, you are dead ass wrong when you in a relationship with somebody and you've changed your mind, right, about wanting to take this relationship serious or be in it, and you stay in it for convenience, but you don't tell them. You ain't wrong for not giving a fuck no more. You ain't wrong for having a change of heart. You ain't wrong for wanting to date other people, other niggas, other bitches. You ain't wrong for wanting to be outside. You wrong for the part where you don't disclose your intentions, right? You're around just for convenience now. You're not around for the passion and the attraction and the love and the building and the effort. This is when their efforts towards the relationship gets up here and your efforts is just barely moving. Because, of course, you there for, it's complacency. It's what I'm used to. It's convenient for me. You're using them. And see, when I say using, y'all be thinking a bitch automatically talking about some money or some material stuff. Y'all can use people for the convenience of what they add to your life, making it easier. It don't have to be about $1 or about them buying you some shit. Some of y'all with people because it's convenient that y'all able to split the expenses. You don't want shit to do with the girl, really, on a serious note. You ain't finna marry a bitch or no shit like that. But for you to just disclose your true intentions, there's a chance that you're going to have to move on, get your own space, and go back into paying all bills for yourself, by yourself, right? And she will as well. So you just stand in it with the intent to use the situation for your convenience, but not with the intent to actually be building with them. And then this is where the confusion starts. You have a wandering eye. You start talking to other females or cheating and shit. And then she's upset because she's thinking, we're in this serious relationship. Like, you're my man. Like, you live here. How could you do me like this? And in your mind, this shit is not that deep because, bitch, I've been checked out. I'm just around for the convenience. But she don't know that. That's why she taking it like World War III and you taking it like this bitch is tripping. Y'all know I break this shit down so clean. This is why a lot of y'all, he lives here, we paying bills and we doing a business together, and I don't understand. I thought we was building, and then he checked out. He checked the fuck out, had a change of heart, a change of mind, stayed for other intentions that he did not disclose to you. And that's the part that he's wrong for. All the other stuff is just the aftermath of what I'm talking about. But see, y'all be so deep on the cheating part that you don't realize the root of this shit is that somewhere along the line, this nigga changed his intentions about what he was here for, and he didn't disclose that. That's the problem. Because I ain't got to beg you to be with me. You ain't got to want to be in this. But what you should do as a grown, noble person, as somebody with some, stand-up core beliefs, some values, some ethics, you should have let me know what the fuck was up. Maybe I would have been cool with the convenience as well. Bitch, I might want to still just split bills and you be outside and I'm outside too. Let us decide that together based on understanding each other's intentions. But I'm going to tell y'all this. A lot of y'all have to get my e-guide and work on managing your emotions. Because when we start talking about a bitch telling y'all the truth, it's a lot of y'all, if a nigga did tell y'all that, you're going to spaz out and act crazy. And this is why the fuck a motherfucker won't tell you if they have a change of heart. Because you act like a person is not allowed to based on how you feel. You act like a bitch got to actually want to be with you for the rest of their life and never switch up or change what they want out of life. And that's not realistic, but it makes sense to your feelings. And when you can't manage your feelings, it makes sense that that's law in your world, right? But everybody don't live in your world. Just telling y'all what's real. It ain't, this the thing. Everything ain't about a nigga being broke. And some of y'all got to get up out that mindset. This is the thing. People with money, right? People that have success with finances ain't just passing they shit out like that. That's the shit y'all see on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and all that shit. That be a fantasy. That's how I be knowing a lot of y'all. You really never touch no real money. And I'm saying this out of all genuineness to y'all. Because y'all believe that if a bitch wants to be frugal, or if a nigga want to be frugal with their funds, that means that they're broke. If they don't just want to, listen, people will have ill intentions that have nothing to do with being broke, right? I'm not talking about the motherfuckers in survival season. A nigga will have a pocket full of money and a bank full of money and will still want to use a bitch when their intentions aren't pure for the idea of being in a situation that's financially convenient. That's why y'all can't understand much, because y'all go straight to insults, overlooking at shit logically. Y'all think everything is about whether a bitch got money or not. It's people with money, and they're not trying to spend a bunch of it. They're still trying to use people and stack their money up and, apply their fine. I'm not saying it's right. I'm telling y'all what's going on. But see, y'all think everything be about a bitch being broke. A nigga, oh, he broke. Niggas be broke. That's dating a broke man. This is why y'all don't be realizing when y'all getting used. Because a nigga will have a pocket full of money and still use your dumb ass if you allow it. If their intentions ain't pure, yes, they will. Everything don't be about a dollar, but y'all let the programming of these apps make y'all believe that that is what the fuck a person has to do in order to prove or to stand on the idea that they're not broke. It's some people out here, male and female, got plenty of money and they want to go 50-50. It's some people out here got plenty of money and they still don't want to pay everything. You call it broke, call it whatever you want to call it. Those of us that got good sense, we know it has everything to do with a person's understanding on life and their intentions, like what they're working on the back end. It's some people papered the fuck up and they got some other intentions for their money rather than spending it on building a relationship or covering things that they should cover, and they will use your motherfucking ass because they got another plan for their finances. And if you don't understand this, you'll be busy calling the bitch broke. A bitch will be busy going along with that narrative that, yeah, I'm broke, and using your motherfucking ass. And you will make it all about your feelings and this idea that they're broke. And next thing you know, you look up, they going off, buying a house, married to somebody else, doing some other shit right after they left you the fuck alone. Whole time you thinking they poor, lost, blind, and broke. But that's what your feelings told you. Just looking at y'all like y'all looking at me. Some of y'all found this out the hard way. Paying attention to the wrong shit. Too deep into your feelings. That's why you need to click the link in my bio and get the e-guide. Because some of y'all, niggas and females, a bitch done fooled you. A nigga done fooled you. You thought this nigga was slow, dumb, broke, blind, and crazy. Next thing you know, you left him alone and he left you alone. You look up, he doing everything like he's supposed to. All the shit you thought you was fussing and cussing by that a nigga didn't understand, he left your ass alone and went and did all that shit. Y'all be like that with females too. You sitting over there, man, bro, the bitch dumb. She don't know. You look up, this bitch done started a business, bought a house. This bitch done popped out. All this shit going on the whole time. You thinking she broke, dumb, blind, crazy. Like, and the bitch ain't none of them things. Got your ass used. Looking at y'all like y'all looking at me. Yep. This the thing. It's a lot of people out here looking for help. And I'm not, this video, I'm not talking about the people that's in survival mode. They supposed to be looking for help. I'm talking about people that's looking for help with the intent to use. The people that ain't gonna tell you their intentions behind dealing with you. When you too in your feelings, you can't see shit for reality. Y'all be with people and it's like you be struggling to accept. You so worried about whether they loved you. Did he love me for real? You think you think she ever fucked with a nigga? I don't give a damn if they ever fucked with you or not. Right now, sir, you're being used. Right now, ma'am, you're being used. Right now, ma'am, you're a plot on this nigga chessboard to be able to get to another queen. And it ain't that nobody's solid anymore. That's not true. There's plenty of solid people out here. And there are smart people that understand. Because, see, when you grow up, you realize people who got their basics together and they're just adulting. I ain't even talking about no wildly successful people. But people that been working, been paying their bills, been adulting, been taking care of their basics, been handling the responsibilities they fucking made. They've reached a space where they realize everybody has to need or utilize people for resources, and that it is not a thing to hide your intentions. Because half the time, if you keep it real about what the fuck you own, you're going to eventually come across somebody that needs to utilize you for some shit that matches what you got available, and y'all can use one another. Relationships are about give and take. Y'all just don't know how to understand this. Grown folk, we understand, bitch. Like, when you grown, you realize I ain't got time to be hiding my intentions. Because I'm so on my intentions, I want you to know this shit so I can know what the fuck you on. So we can see if what we own gonna be compatible. This is when you meet people and they willing to tell you, like, hey, listen, baby girl, I ain't really trying to get in nothing serious, but, you know, you pretty, I don't mind, you know what I'm saying, taking you out on dates and shit. I don't do all that, flying a bitch out and all that shit, but I do want to fuck. You know what I'm saying? If you got some things you need, this one a bitch willing to keep it real with you, because they knowing, like, all that shucking and jiving and creating chaos and turmoil, all it does is put a bitch in a space where it's drama, toxic, drama, bullshit. Exactly. Put it on the table. And it's people, they willing to keep it so real with y'all. It's solid people out here. They willing to keep it real when they seeing you do more than what they know they deserve to get from you based on their intentions. They tell you. Y'all just don't like to listen. Y'all be saying people don't be solid, but people be solid. It be niggas that be done told you bitches, hey, slow down. Like, you doing all this and doing all that, but I ain't really trying to go there with you like that. Y'all don't be wanting to hear that. A lot of y'all be desperate for relationships. You like a nigga so much, so easy. Soon as a man with his shit together show some interest in you, you doing too much. And the nigga be trying to tell y'all to slow down like I ain't on that right now, but y'all just go harder and go harder and go harder. Hurt your own feelings. They be telling y'all. You don't want to hear it. Most solid people, like when somebody said people ain't solid no more, that's a lie. A lot of us that's solid, y'all don't want to hear the real shit. My platform is a perfect example. I don't never get on here and say shit that ain't solid, that ain't real. Look how many people can't accept it, can't receive it, gonna swear I'm lying, oh, I'm just for the niggas, all these old crazy narratives. Because people, a lot of people in general, fake is the new real to them. They don't want to hear no solid shit. For years, I've been on this motherfucker saying solid shit. It ain't but a few 100,000 of y'all that actually is receptive to the solid shit. It's billions of people in the world. My platform done been put in front of way more people than just those of y'all that follow me. Bitch, don't be wanting to receive solid shit. Don't tell that lie that people ain't solid out here. Bitch, don't be wanting to hear that shit. Bitch want to hear some fake shit that go with their feelings. Bitch don't give a fuck whether the shit's solid or, you know, flaw or fake or whatever. As long as it matches up with how they feel, they're good with that. Delusional. Exactly. People think solid is telling them what they want to hear. Every video, every live, every event, I'm on here saying real shit about relationships, generational curses, finances, multiple streams of income, credit, entrepreneurship, just life goals, goal setting, self-care. These are things that at the core, how could you go against what fuck I'm saying when I'm talking about just the root of what the message is? All of it's solid. A bitch will still disagree. You ain't got to like the delivery. You ain't got to like me. You don't have to be an avid supporter of the platform. But goddamn it, when you hear solid, real shit, all right. Just looking at y'all like y'all looking at me. And then a lot of people, I ain't gonna lie, they don't even listen with the ear to understand. So before you could even get to the end of your point or make your point, a bitch already disagreeing. 2 words in, they hear something that triggered them because they don't know how to manage their emotions or manage their thoughts. A bitch disagreeing with everything a bitch done said on the live off of 2 phrases they heard in the beginning. It's all about feelings. And you got to get up out that shit if you want to get in the real world. %. Definitely listening to respond or listening until their feelings are pressed against. Listening until they're triggered. There are a lot of people, they know how to listen all the way up until you trigger them. All the way up until you make them feel some type of way. The minute you say something that they don't like and it sparks feelings, they can't hear no more. Ears turn the fuck off. Them bitches is just for earrings. Listen, I'm finna give me some food. Y'all make sure y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. I feel like I gave y'all enough game for now. I got some more shit to tell y'all, but it's a different live.